Okay.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Deb.
Hi.
Hey, this is Matt Small, the creative director at Vector Unit, and Deb Chanson, our esteemed
Oh,
community
now we're
manager.
on. Sorry, my video just changed.
It's going to be a little delayed, I think.
I think so. Sorry.
Hello, folks. This is our first ever live stream, so y'all will have to just kind of bear with us a little bit. But we're really looking forward to showing you our new game. Deb, you've probably gotten more questions about people asking when this game was going to come out than any other game that we've done.
Definitely. And it's so nice to be like, March 17th. Or I got an email yesterday. It was like, when is this coming out? We're so excited for the PS4. And I was like, tomorrow!
Yeah, I know.
I see some of my fan artists in the chat. Hi, you guys. And Lewis is here. Yay!
Hey,
Hi.
Lewis.
And Myra's here. Yay! Oh, it's a party. You know, this is so great. You never get to hear my voice and how excited I am when you send us fan art. So that's why we're going to talk about it later. And all my exclamation marks really can't convey how grateful and excited I am when you email. So
yeah, we all love it, actually. Deb shares all the fan art with everybody at the office.
I do,
and we all talk about it and get excited for it. So
yeah.
Well, this is it. This is Beach Buggy Racing 2 Island Adventure. And as some of you, probably most of you know, this is the console PC version of Beach Buggy Racing 2. And some things in it are familiar, like some of the characters and cars, tracks. But there are some things that are new. We have a bunch of new game modes. We have a bunch of customization. And we'll kind of go into all of that during the live stream today. But the thing that we wanted to show everybody first was the adventure mode, which is, this is kind of the backbone of the story part of Beach Buggy Racing 2 Island Adventure. This is the Island Adventure part. So you start off, I've already completed part of the island on this game. And so this is where you actually start. You get off the boat and you start racing through here. And as you go through each of these chapters, the game introduces new challenges, like new game modes. This is the time trial game mode. You race against other characters and unlock them and add them to your team. And you unlock power-ups, like this Earth Strike down here. You basically go through the map and earn stars, and as you earn stars, you unlock power-ups, new events, new tracks. How far have you gotten on your Steam game, Deb?
I would say pretty far, but it's hard to tell because we run off different builds. So sometimes I'll come back to the Steam game and be like, where did my car go? Or I had the gold skin for that car, and then it's different one.
Yeah, I do that too, because we're like testing on one game. I have like my personal private game on Steam, which is the one that I've been just sort of making progress on and trying to get all the achievements and stuff like that. And one of the things that I'm really proud about with this game is, like, there's a ton of content in this game. You know, there's like 40 cars. Actually, here, I'll pop over to the collection for a minute. You can see on this game I haven't unlocked everything, but there are a ton of different cars to unlock. And each car has a gold skin that you can unlock by beating these missions. You can see some of the missions for the Sundazer over here on the right. And then, of course, there's these characters that we're familiar with. And in the adventure mode, you have to unlock the characters, but in the just like quick races and stuff, they're all there for you. And then, of course, all of our power-ups. So here, I'm going to dive into here. In this game, I have gotten most of the way through the jungle, and I'm going to go into the castle chapter. So this is the beginning of the castle region. And as you can see right now, it's all shrouded in mystery, but Ruby's gonna...
I'm going to jump in and just say, we're getting a lot of questions in different languages in the chat, and my conversational French is okay, but for the purposes of asking a question, it's probably easier if you ask in English. You can use Google Translate, and we're happy to answer your questions. But yeah, sorry, this is new for me as well as an experience. This is when I get your emails, like in support tickets, I answer you individually, and then I respond, and then we have a nice chat back and forth if we don't solve the problem right away. But
that's what Google Translate is good for, basically.
Yeah.
We're not actually as fluent as we pretend to be in email. So I'm going to go in. Actually, here, I should back up for a second here. So this is the castle chapter. You can see there's a bunch of stuff that I haven't unlocked yet. And this is the first race. It's Ember Hall, one of the new castle, a new level in Beach Buggy Racing 2. And you can see over on the right, it's a 3-lap race, and it's league rules, which means these are sort of the default rules, like all the default power-ups, 8 cars, 3 laps. I'll get into more of that later. So here, let's just dive in. I'm playing on hard difficulty, which I hope isn't a mistake. I really like this level, it's pretty.
Hey, the Bartons are on! Hey, Bartons!
Of course, I started the very first race ever by missing the boost start and doing the little squishy sounds.
You want to play and answer a relatively easy question?
Sure,
just
I
to
can
warm
do
up?
that while I'm driving. Whoops. Yeah.
So we're getting the question about, are we adding Starman to this game? And the answer is no, because Starman is exclusive to Tesla. So yeah, sorry, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, we do. So yeah, for people who don't know, we did like a Tesla version of this game that is playable in Tesla cars, where you drive. It's sort of a simpler version of Beach Buggy, and you basically, instead of Beach Buggies, you drive Teslas. And one of the unlockable character was Starman, the astronaut. We have talked about doing an astronaut character, but it's kind of in the back burner, let's say.
There are lots of characters we'd love to add.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Those take a lot of time, though. So, yeah. Oh, we have a Shine Runner fan. Thank you.
I love all my Shine Runner fans out there. Shine Runner is one of those games that, against all logic, we talk about bringing back. I say against all logic because it was probably our least successful game.
Aren't those like the passion projects that kind of get you started and...
Exactly. Uh-oh, I can hear the death pack coming.
Okay. Beach Buggy Racing 2 Island Adventure will most likely not be coming to mobile. There are a lot of features in here that are actually particular to consoles, so there's that answer up front. Tristan asks, can you add new characters that you can unlock by racing them one-on-one?
Yeah, so the way it works is in the base game, we wanted people, because this is like a premium game, that you pay for on the console. And so in the base game, we wanted to make it so that you could just jump in and play the quick races with any of the characters in the game. Oops, why did I do that? I really wanted those double bubbles. So you can just jump in and play the quick races with any of the characters in the game, but in the adventure mode, it's more of kind of like a story progression. So you start off with Rez and Leilani, and as you play through, each chapter has another character that you can unlock, and they're hidden sort of behind a championship, so you have to beat the character in a championship, and then if you beat them, they join your team and you can play with them in the adventure mode.
Matt Hino, what time is it in New Zealand? Jeepers.
All right.
I love seeing your familiar faces in the chat. So, honestly, I have a giant database of like names and your art and things that yeah, sometimes it's hard to keep straight, but as I recognize you here, this makes me super, super happy. So.
Let's see. I'm gonna try something here. So I was gonna mention this is so Dino Jungle. This is another track that people might be familiar with, and you can see over on the right it says 3-lap race and it says Kaboom. That's because this is a different race type. It's got a different set of power-ups, and if you notice over on the lower left it says Permanent Dynamite. That means all of us are gonna have dynamite strapped to our backs for the whole game. So I think I'm gonna choose McSkelly for this. That might be helpful. And I'm gonna play with, I'll try the Pioneer. Why not?
We're getting the question, are we gonna make a Beach Buggy 3? I think we today's launch day for this one. So let's just focus on that first. But this is one of our best franchises. So there's definitely a lasting future for Beach Buggy, right?
Beach Buggy, yeah, that's true.
Mm.
We love Beach Buggy games, but we probably will sit with this one for a little bit.
Yeah.
We've been working on this game for a long time. Like, oh man, I missed my turtle. Oh, I missed that turtle. Yeah, I mean, we worked on the mobile version. Whoops. We worked on the mobile version for 2 years, basically, and then we worked on the console version for another 2 years. Stay away from me, Mika. Stay away. Oh, man.
Okay. Do you want to talk a little bit about the things coming for the mobile version, since we're getting some questions about that?
Yeah, we're definitely like, so there's a ton of new stuff in this game. There's a couple of levels that aren't in the mobile version, and of course there's like the gold skins and stuff like that. And we definitely want to bring some of that content over to mobile, but we haven't decided exactly how much and when. But I mean, one thing about us that, if you don't know, you should know, is that we're a pretty small team. There's just
There's 6 of us.
6 of us, yeah.
We fit in a minivan. That's our thing.
Yeah, we're a minivan company.
Yeah.
And so we try as much as possible to, like, for instance, keep supporting the mobile version while we're working on the console version. But especially, yeah, it's a lot. So now that the console version is pretty much done and we're just working on some DLC, we're going to turn our attention back to mobile for a little bit and then kind of go back and forth. So that's my long-winded answer of not really answering the question.
Sorry, I was typing the answer to the question about the Pioneer for mobile. It's possible the cars could go back and forth, but right now it's an exclusive to Steam. So,
yeah, actually the Pioneer,
yeah.
I am playing the Steam build right now, and the Pioneer is a special car that that we gave to our Steam early access players. Like Beach Buggy Racing 2 started off, started off in early access about a year ago after PAX and right around lockdown time. And so we've been in early access this whole time, and we had people buying the game and giving us feedback when it was, just starting out. So we wanted to give them a special prize. So we gave them early access to the Pioneer car, which eventually we're going to start to release for other platforms, but we gave it to Steam first. Oh, one thing I was going to mention, so I'm starting a new event here, and this is another one of the Beach Buggy 2 new tracks for Daytona Stadium. And you see how there's like a little star next to Res? That means that there's a mission, win a normal event on Daytona Stadium in adventure using Res. So so that basically is like a breadcrumb to tell me that that I can make some progress on my Res skin here. And Raytona Stadium is a super curvy a super curvy track. So I'm going to go with a car that has good handling. The stats that you can see here are top speed, acceleration, handling, and toughness. So I'm going to do that. And this is the Sundazer, which is one of my favorite cars. And you can switch. I just have 2 paints on it right now, so I'll take this as paint. I like this track. It's this is a track where you really kind of need to power slide. Oops, how did I miss all 3 of those people with all 3 of those balls?
So there's questions coming in about DLC. So guys, the things that we are going to cover in our whole live stream, we will talk about what's coming up for the console version. We're going to talk about how to drift. Probably give you some pro tips as we play. Somebody's asking about what's the hardest thing about making water physics.
It's too bad Ralph's not on the stream. The hardest thing is, well, you know, it's funny because like the water physics has evolved over time. We use our own game engine, and we use our own game engine, and we started working on it back when we did our very first game, which was Hydro Thunder Hurricane for the Xbox, and that was a water physics-based game, obviously. I think and so over the years we've put the water physics into almost every game, including this one, even though it's not really a water game. From an art and design standpoint, like the hardest thing was getting used to the actual physics of it, because our physics engine our physics engine actually takes into account like the shape of the boat hull, and so if you just throw in like sort of a pizza slice shaped boat hull, the boat won't really do what you need it to do. It'll just kind of flop around. So when we first started working on these games, we had to actually spend some time learning how boat hulls are constructed, and that was probably for me the hardest part, but also kind of the most fun part.
We read a good review today that said something about the vehicles being nice and light to handle. It was like, oh yay, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know, like, if there are people who've played the first Beach Buggy Racing game, and also, like, the game that came before that, Beach Buggy Blitz, oh man, it's no good. The car handling has kind of evolved over time. If you go back, when I go back and play the first Beach Buggy Racing game, the cars are a little slower, like they turn slower. And we did that intentionally. We wanted the cars to be a little bit more nimble. So, I mean, there's a range based on their... Oh, no. I'm going to die right here. But I died in front of my fans. What was I talking about, Deb?
I don't know. Sorry, I got lost in the questions.
I was talking about the car handling. Yeah, the car handling is a lot more nimble in this game, and we did that on purpose. Like, we wanted the cars to be a little more agile. But there's also a big range. I mean, one of the things about this game is there's 40 different cars, and so the more nimble cars like this one, that have really high handling, are very different to drive than some of the bigger, slower, tougher cars. There, see, Rez win a normal event on Raytona Stadium. We're a tiny bit over schedule. Should I just go ahead and finish this race, or should I?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Finish
So
the
we
race,
can.
and then yeah.
I'm just gonna keep. Going with Rez.
This is a question that we get a lot about: will there be a sequel to Hydro Thunder Hurricane? And sorry, Microsoft owns that, so that's really their call. Our spiritual successor is Riptide GP Renegade.
That's exactly right.
I answer this question like all the time. So
I mean, to be honest, like, we would love to do another sort of arcade water racer like Hydro Thunder. So I don't know. It's one of those. We have such a long list of games that we want to make so many games in so little time. Oh, I got everything. When we did Riptide, we actually did that game because somebody approached us and said they wanted us to make Hydro Thunder for mobile. And we were like, well, we're not really allowed to do that. And he was like, well, could you make a game that's a lot like Hydro Thunder? And that's how Riptide was born.
Oscar's got a good question. What gave you the idea of hydrojets?
Of hydrojets?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so we wanted to make a game. We wanted to make a boat racing game, but we also wanted it to be, distinct, not just like another sort of a Hydro Thunder clone. And so we really wanted to do something with characters. And one of the games that originally inspired us when we first started working on boat racing games was Wave Race. And so we thought of the idea of doing like a jet racing or a jet moto type of game. That's where all of that came from. That's the saddest thing when you start your ability and then immediately get shot.
Yeah. It's faster just to say this instead of typing it. The Riptide GP2 and the Renegade soundtrack lists are actually available on our website in the same blog post. So.
And this, we used to have the Beach Buggy soundtrack on Google Music, and because everybody has a Google Music subscription. But now they've discontinued Google Music. They've switched over to YouTube Music. And so we haven't found a new home for the Beach Buggy soundtrack, but we've been talking to the guy who does all of our soundtracks, all of our custom soundtracks. He did the Beach Buggy games and Shine Runner. Is Danny Piccioni, and he's talked about working with us to put together like a soundtrack that we could make available on the streams.
Mm-hmm.
So
at the moment, it's available on SoundCloud, I think.
Yeah, I think you can get it on his SoundCloud, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It's never over till it's over, but I'm starting to feel overconfident that I might actually do this. Oh man. Yeah, that's right. Trying to sneak up on me. All right. So
Lewis is one of our long-time fans asking questions.
Who's that?
Lewis is on.
Oh yeah, we love Lewis. Sorry, I totally just gulped loudly. So I'll finish off the adventure mode by saying one of the things that you get. You start off, with kind of slower cars in adventure mode, and then as you go around, you find these upgrade points, and so you can upgrade. You have a choice of a few different upgrades, and each one, you can see my stats changing up there. Each one has slightly different effects on my stats. I'm just going to pick the Crusher intake system. It's going to boost up a little bit of everything except for toughness. And when you do this, it applies to all of your cars. So now all of the cars in adventure mode in my collection have been boosted, and you can go in here and see their stats. Okay, and then over here there's a mysterious looking lock. Oh, I already triggered it, so we don't get to see Ruby popping up. But this is a secret gate, and there's a key hidden on the map. Were we gonna say where it is? We can give a clue, right?
Yeah, give a clue.
It's in the ice chapter, which is, I think, chapter 9 or 10. It's close to the end of the adventure. It's way... If you kind of poke around, you can see through... Oh, look. I see something. Anyway, it's way over here. And so, let's just say it's over here somewhere in this area. You can, if you go to the collection and go down to this mystery driver down here and click on here, there's a intriguing poem that you can decipher, and it'll give you some clues about where to find that. So, what's next, Deb? I think we're gonna watch a video, right?
Video. Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to watch Richard's video where he is going to... Richard is an artist that worked on this game with us, and he is going to talk about his favorite level. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Hi, my name is Richard Fox, and I'm a 3D artist at Vector Unit. The level I've chosen to talk about is the Ember Hall level. The reason I chose this one, it's one of my favorites. I like the variety of environment with the outdoor stretch and then going inside the castle. The other reason it's one of my favorites is because it was one of the very first levels that I worked on when I joined the company. The company was in the process of improving all the levels for the console release, and that involved improving a lot of the graphics in the levels, making the 3D models more detailed, increasing the resolution of textures, adding more surface detail, and there were some areas where we could add some new features like this stained glass window. The window in the original mobile release was a little bit more of a simple design, and so we went with something a little more fitting for the castle. So this level's got a lot of tight areas where you can definitely get caught up in. Always a tricky turn there on that first turn of the race, and then you've got this very tight kind of bridge where you're always vulnerable to getting caught behind. And then you've got this entrance here, always tricky to get through, as I just found out. I don't know why, but I always tend to veer to the left here. Maybe that's because I'm left-handed. And this spiral staircase, absolute nightmare sometimes. Oh. Gotta keep going, just hope there's nobody too close behind. Grab those 2 power-ups. Another tricky area, all about the timing here. Oh, down to 3rd place. This is not good. Gotta keep going. Anyway, this is final lap. Can I get to the front? Oh, another tight corner there. Hoping I can get across this bridge. Feels like I'm in the home stretch here, but there's always a danger I'm going to get caught. Looking behind me just to make sure there's nobody too close behind. Lots of beveling on these steps, I remember working on these, making them nice and smooth. Through the window again, a little bit left to smash, and the price you pay for being in the first place. I've got to time this right. Corner on the left is a bit of a shortcut once those trees have been cleared, and on we go to the finishing line, and there we go, job done.
Oh, there we go. Hello, we are back.
So we're going to address the question of DLC, since it's coming up a lot in the chat. So yes, there is DLC coming. It's going to be in a few months, and we're not going to say anything more about it. So sorry.
It's coming soon. We're working on it. Yeah, we haven't announced it officially yet, but except for here. But yeah, it's coming soon, and we'll be able to say more about it soon. But I think we're excited about it.
Yeah.
But we're still kind of like catching our breath after actually finishing the first main part of the game. Speaking of which, here we are back on the main menu. So that was adventure mode, and we also have these championships. I'm not going to play a championship right now, but these are like 4 races, and I haven't done any of them in this game, but some of them unlock cars. There's the Mystery 4 and the Mystery 8, which are just a random set of races. Tracks. 4 tracks and then 8 tracks. And then there is the Ultimate Cup, which is, I think, takes about like an hour and a half, or I don't know. It takes a long time to play through 23 races, but it's pretty fun. There were some people that played the game all the time. Do you remember that, Deb, that wrote into us and they were like talking about how they would do a quick ulti, which was basically all of the races back when we had 12 tracks or something. And that's where we got the idea of calling it the ulti. We called it a quick ulti at first, but then we thought nobody would get it except for us and those people.
Huh. I didn't know that story. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so here's the quick race. So down here, so these are the quick events, quick trophy events. And you can go to race. There's also time trial. So you can jump in and play. I'm going left and right here. You can play any of our game modes. And so I'm going to do a race. And here all the tracks are unlocked. So I can just run around and pick a track. I'm going to pick one of the other new tracks. I'm going to pick Gold Rush Ridge. And then over here, I think I'm going to go 500. You can pick different speeds. Faster speeds are also harder, more difficult AI. But I'm going to do 500.
Somebody asked for 1,000 HP.
All right, I'll do 1,000, but I'm not going to make any guarantees. Okay, and then
Ian's really good at playing the highest.
Who is?
Ian.
Yes, Ian and Ralph.
Ian, our game designer.
And when I play normally, I play 500, but you do get achievements for unlocking everything at 1,000. So I've been working through those. You can also pick different rule sets. So these are kind of like those rules that were on the adventure mode. So League Rules is the one, you can see the trophies appear, and when I go here they disappear. League Rules is the one that you earn trophies on. That's like the standard rules. But you can also customize those, and so I'll do that in a second. You can do mirrored track or not mirrored track. I'll do mirrored track just for fun, and you can either do random weather or you can pick different weather settings. I'm going to do sunrise because it's pretty. So now I'm going to edit the rules, and because I want a special game that's a little different, I'm going to go down to 6 cars. Maybe because we're running a little behind, I'll go to 1 lap. Standard power-up bubbles, you can have like all the power-up bubbles be fast. Sure, why not? I'll do that. And I'll go random power-ups. I'm going to do let's do permanent angry bull. So none of us can touch each other, basically, is what that means. And then I'm going to turn off most of these. I guess I'll put on a few. Like I'll put on the fireworks. I don't really want any of these.
I don't know if people know, when you play split screen, you can actually give yourself a handicap. So if you're playing with kids and you don't want to, always get first, you can change your settings.
That's really good to point out. That's like there's a lot of hidden usability features.
Jocelyn, of course we remember you, honey.
Okay, so I'm going to save this. It's unsaved right now. You can play with an unsaved rule set if you want, but I'm going to call it Matt. I'm just going to call it Matto. How about that? That's super original. I should have spent some time thinking about what I was going to call that. All right, so now I'm going to play the Matto rule set, and I'm not going to use the mystery driver. Who should I pick, Deb?
I always choose Mika.
Okay, Mika. I like Mika. And I'll pick. I'm gonna pick this car, but I'm gonna use her paint job because it's nice. So this is permanent angry bull, which means Oh, sorry, I skipped the intro cameras.
Mike, I see your messages. It's just too much to type. You can DM me later. SDX3, hi! It must be so late by... Oh, no, it's early by you, because you're in Japan. You can do 10 laps maximum.
Yes. 8 players is the max, but you can... Oh my gosh, I can't believe I survived that. 8 players is the max, but you can go down in races to 2 players, so you can just do a one-on-one. I don't know about you, Deb, but playing on these mirrored tracks, like...
Messes you up a little bit?
It messes me up big time. I'm so used to... Whoa.
Yeah, like
got
the
my
thing,
little
the
speaker
shortcut is
stuff.
on the on which side? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it, especially the shortcut locations. There you go. That was fast and furious. I really like Permanent Angry Bull, personally, because every time you smash anything, you get a speed boost out of it. So another thing that we were going to do is a drift mode, right?
Yes. We're gonna do a little mini tutorial of drift.
Sure, let's see.
Because there's a lot of people who write in, and I can't explain that over text as hard as I try.
All right, I'll try doing 1,000 on this, and we'll see how I do.
As a
I'm
general,
not going to do mirrored, though, not for drift.
yeah. As a general suggestion, I'm telling people that if you're making gameplay videos, like one thing that we're not lacking, but I mean, it would be nice if we had
nothing.
tutorial drift videos, because some people are just really, really good at it. And if you had commentary for like, this is what I do now, and you know, your tips, then I think you can corner the market on that.
Yeah, you mean you out there, you video maker out there.
Yes, yeah.
So basically the short version of drift mode is, oh look, here's some rules. The short tip about drifting is you need to be turning, and while you're turning, you tap the brake. You don't hold the brake down, you just tap it. And then as long as you, just once, just tap it at the start of
that was
turn.
my thing.
Yeah. So you have to start turning, tap the brake, and then as you'll see your wheels start to glow. And as long as you keep turning, you can even sort of zigzag back and forth. As long as you keep turning, your wheels will keep glowing, which is like this picture up here. And you will keep drifting. So let's see how I do. So with drift mode, you drift inside the drift lines. Oh yeah, that was terrible. You drift inside the drift lines, and you get points while you're drifting in the drift lines, and you'll see it change color. Oops. I don't think I'm going to get gold on this, but perhaps I can save myself a little bit of shame and at least get 2 stars. Nice.
Yay, perfect, yay!
Yay! Did I get it? No, I got a silver. So there you go. That was.
Oh, I'll be on your show, Mike.
So there, that's actually, so one of the things, the way that we're doing the paints in the premium version is paints and decals are hidden throughout the game. And they're hidden in the levels. I think there's 2 per level. And you can find them here and there. You can, when you pick them up, they get added to your paint collection. And so then when you go here, say, to the collection, I can hit the X button and bring up the paint screen. And you can see all of the decals that some of the ones that I've unlocked here, some of the ones that I haven't unlocked yet, and I can still preview them. Actually, let me find a better color. So here, I can still preview them, but it says down at the bottom there's a little hint. Look for the paint can in the red planet. So if I wanted to get this paint, I could go to the red planet and look for it. But I guess instead I'll just do this.
This is one of my favorite cars because I really love the surfboards and the floaty in the back.
I know. I love the surfboards too. Oh, you know what? I totally went out of order, but that's okay. We're going to watch another video from our lead artist, Tim, who's going to talk about her favorite level.
I'm Tim, Vector Unit's lead artist. I've been working at Vector Unit since the original Beach Buggy Blitz. I'm showing off the Biodome. I really wanted to make this level, and I'm glad that we decided to just go for it. It was a fun way to cram in as many of the environment types in one single place. We have the beach, desert, jungle, Arctic, and alien art assets all spread in here. It was a really great way to showcase our creatures again, too. Our bigger creatures only show up in one other level, like the scorpions only appear in the Scorching Sands, the dinosaurs only appear in the Dino Jungle, but now you can see them in the Biodome, too. This vintage-looking truck, the Old Timer, was the very first vehicle that we put any dynamic parts on. The hood moves up and down, which exposes the engine. The winch in the back swings around, and my favorite detail is the chicken crate that bangs around in the back. We added better lighting to the console versions of Beach Buggy Racing 2, which you can see throughout this level. New and improved lighting used in the environment and on the power-ups shine on their surroundings, which added a lot of visual flair. We added the ability to look backwards and also to shoot backwards. It's pretty scary when you have a bunch of missiles shooting at your face. This shortcut with the test tubes is an homage to old cheesy sci-fi movies. It's also really fun to mine with power-ups. It's one of the areas that shows off the new lighting pretty well. I'm playing as Beach Bro. He has a special place in my heart. He was actually the very first character that was ever designed for the Beach Buggy franchise. His design hasn't really changed at all from game to game, except I think he might look a little bit more tired than the original version. Rez, the character that we use for all of our main and promo art, is actually the last character that we designed for the original Beach Buggy Blitz game. I think my favorite part of this new Beach Buggy is the huge amount of power-ups available. You never know what you're going to pick up or what you're going to be hit with. I really love how customizable this game is too. You can create and save your own game rules to play with, like you can pick which power-ups you want, how many cars you're playing against, how many laps per race, and even if you want permanent effects like always having the Angry Bull active on your car. Oh, that sucks! 6th place on the final stretch in lap 3. I don't know if I can pull this off. The shortcut with the sea mines is super scary to me. I hardly ever take it unless it's a life or death situation. Wow, that was close.
And we're back.
I was just telling Matt that it's really exciting to see all the familiar names.
It is. Yeah, for me too. All these people that have sent us fan art or sent us reaction videos. It's like a party. This is kind of the release party, since we actually are all, working separately and staying in our homes and stuff like that. This is sort of our celebration for this game finally coming out. Okay, so let's see. I was going to show one more mode, which I think will be Firework Fury. Yeah. What track should I do? What do you think? Maybe let's do Scorching Sands. I'm not gonna do. You know what? I'm just gonna wimp out and do. Let's do 500. We'll do league rules.
Thank you, Lewis. Lewis says, Matt, this game is a masterpiece.
Oh, thanks, Lewis.
Yeah.
What character should I pick?
McSkelly. That's a pro tip because he has invincibility mode.
That's true. He's good for. He's good for. You don't necessarily want to go super fast. You want to be kind of like precise, and also, if you can, go invisible and not explode. So, like, I would not pick Crusher for mine mode, but I would pick something small and nimble, like Micro. Let's try this one. Except I have to go with McScully's paint job.
So, Oscar keeps asking about future Riptide GPs, and yeah, we're gonna stick to doing this today, and then we'll move on to the Riptide stuff.
Anything is possible. All I'll say, I'll give you a short version, which is we don't really know what we're working on next. Whoa, yeah, I got more paint. Heat shield. Yeah, we don't really know. we have not fully looked beyond this game. Alright, I haven't even used McSkelly's ability yet. What do you think of that? But I think I know where I'm going to use it. I'm going to wait. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I tend to,
got
when
scared right there.
it's all like bunched up here, that's when I tend to go, and then you press, whatever it is on your controller for your platform.
Oh, yeah, uh-oh. This isn't good. That's kind of anticlimactic. Okay, I'm going to go for it. Hey!
Oh, nice, you made the wall. We probably won't play the mobile version in a stream, because it's easier for us to connect the consoles. So, yeah.
Somebody was asking if Ugug and El Zippo are good friends. I think they are. I think all of the I picture all of the racers kind of being friends, although maybe some of them are like frenemies.
The only thing I won't get into is like if people send us fan art of romantic connections between our characters, and I just we don't see them like that, so it's we go thank you.
They're all friends,
Yeah, they're all friends. Yeah.
But that said, I do enjoy the fan art that people send us when they make up backstories and are romantic and stuff. I don't want people to stop sending us that stuff. We don't usually share it, but we do enjoy it. So feel free to keep sending it to us and keep making it for your own enjoyment. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to go to tournaments. Tournaments is something on the mobile version. We have this on the premium version. We have tournaments that run for about a week each, I think, and so there's 2 live tournaments right now, and I think I'll just do Wasteland Rush. How about that? And I'm gonna pick, well, on the Wasteland you kind of gotta pick Clutch. Actually, no, wait, I'm gonna mix it up a little bit and pick El Zippo. And I'll pick let's see. I just really like the old timer. Well,
This one is cute. Thank you. There's a comment here.
Buggy, the classic. I haven't raced with the buggy yet. So for the tournaments in premium, you're basically just competing for score against all the other people in the universe that are playing. So I don't actually know how many people have set a time yet on this tournament, but we'll find out pretty soon.
Oscar just made the comment that without you guys making the Tug GP1, I would be a totally different person. Thank you.
Oh, you know what I just realized? Sorry, this is going to be a live stream reset. I'm going to play a different level. Because I just realized that Ralph on his video plays through the Wasteland. So we don't need to watch me do it. So I'm going to do another mind mode. This will be a little more action-packed anyway. Or at least quick and dirty. I really like one thing I like about the mind modes and the drifts is it gives you a chance to enjoy. Can I go that way? No. That was a bad idea. It gives you a chance to play the levels a different way, and when you're playing in when you're playing in adventure mode, you add in the extra rules that we have, and it gives it a pretty good amount of variety. That plus like the mirror mode and the different weather settings and stuff.
I'm totally particular to fireworks in the night sky.
Huh. Pretty good. Not great. I could probably play that 50 more times and do a little bit better.
It's the pressure of an audience.
It is. That's part of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to blame that. So you can flip here also. You you can go see, this is my score, I'm 25th. I can go up to the top 10 and see what the score I'm going to have to beat, 42. I have to shave a lot of time off to get up there. He did it with the old timer though. On different tournaments are have different rules, and so this tournament, one of the rules is everybody has to play as El Zippo, but you can pick a different car. Sometimes you have to play with a single car. You can pick different characters. You can kind of experiment. So what's that?
Oh, it's 3:51. So
yeah, so I think we should watch Ralph's video, and then we're gonna do the. Then we're gonna talk about fan art.
Yeah.
Yes. So now we can see the wasteland. Are you ready, Deb, to go into the wasteland?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Hi, I'm Ralph, and I'm the CTO and co-founder of Vector Unit. Basically, I do all of our programming. For this video, I'm going to do a quick race using Clutch on his home track of Cryptopia. And I think I'm going to use the Spear Chaser. Cryptopia is one of my favorite levels, mostly because it has a lot of stuff that you can crash into. It also has some fire pits and sandworms. And I think my favorite part of this track is the fact that it has a section of track that's it has two-way traffic. So what tends to happen is that people that are further behind can have head-on collisions and use their power-up directly on the people that are further up front. So it's kind of a nice, natural catch-up mechanic. You might have noticed that I chose 1000 horsepower as the speed. This means that the cars are pretty much at their fastest, and also the AI is cranked up to its maximum ability. So they really don't take it easy on the human players at all. If you're wondering why my wheels are glowing, it's because I'm power sliding at pretty much every opportunity. It's one of those things that you don't have to do, but once you get a hang of it, you'll notice it just really helps keep your speed around turns, especially tight turns. After being hit by low gravity, you can still do some air steering to avoid disaster. Air steering is another one of those things that doesn't really make any sense in the real world. But the funny thing is, once you get used to it, and you start playing some other racing games, you're definitely going to miss it. Alright, we're about to start the final lap, and it looks like Roxy is way out in first place, but, well, it looks like she's got some tunnel vision, and I'm about to hit her with the ball and chain. Things are looking pretty good right now. I've got a bit of a gap, and I've still got another use of my character ability. Ouch! That was a death bat in the face, thanks to Absorb. Yep, that was on the two-way track. Well, I still have a shot. I'm gonna use my tornado, and then lay down a carpet of bombs on the way to the finish line. Oh no, there's Roxy punching her way through while on fire. And I got donut tires and Zap for good measure right at the end. Well, you can't win them all. Good job, Roxy.
Okay, so we're gonna switch over to looking at the fan art. And we have a lot of our fan artists here, so we love getting fan art. Let me just say that. I'm gonna switch over to it. Hopefully this will work. Ready?
Yeah.
Can everybody still hear us? Is that good? Okay, you can still hear me, right, Deb?
Yes.
Okay.
The only thing is that sorry, to give context to this, I'm on a delay, so I'm hearing Matt's voice like live, and so
But you're seeing everything a little bit late.
Yes, that's it. Sorry.
So we'll see. So I'm gonna anticipate. I'm gonna read your mind and switch the picture before you think I should. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So we were just saying amongst ourselves that we're not sure how often we're going to do these live streams. We're definitely going to try to do one for our upcoming DLC. But one of the reasons why we wanted to do bit of shout outs to our fan artists. You guys really help make our community what it is, and it's so positive. And yeah, this is like the greatest part of my job, getting to interact with our fan artists.
Yeah, we like it a lot.
Yeah, thank you. So this is a piece by SDX3, who won our Candy Coop fan art contest, and the next slide is a rendition that he did of our whole shot, and the link is on our Facebook page actually for like the 3D view that you can spin it around with. So check that out when you have time.
Yeah, it's cool. This came out great. I like the one of the things I like about this is that he put the seagulls in there.
Yeah, and Tim said that it's probably one of the most time-intensive projects that we've ever received. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and he said Bizorb. Yeah, thank you. I'm so appreciative that you logged in from Japan. Thank you. So the next slide is Myra's work. Thank you, Myra. And we're sorry that we are leaving out people, and honestly, we had to cut down slides because otherwise this would go on for ages.
We could really do this. We could do a whole, maybe we should do like a whole art gallery episode or something like that. But yeah, anyway, sorry.
Cool.
We love Myra's work too. I mean, she is somebody who makes up a lot of backstory for these pictures, which is so fun. Like, it does give us a chance to see the characters in like another context.
And then the next slide, we would totally use this in our bathroom if we were in the office. So.
It's very helpful. Whenever I think like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to touch my face right now? I look at this and I'm like, no, don't touch your face.
That's and in the context of our characters. So.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it much easier.
Yeah.
Brittany has done a bunch of work. Like, she's actually going through like all the power-ups, isn't she?
She's gone through practically everything, like all the costumes, and we're running out of things for you to draw. So she actually sends us like 4 or 5 pieces a day sometimes. So she's also one of our most prolific artists. So.
Yeah, not just power-ups, other stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know you do so many pieces for us. And actually, this is my favorite way to display the power-ups, like with this 9-piece layout. But of all the pieces that you've done of characters, the Ugu and the cow suit is my favorite. So.
These are great too.
Are we on Josue?
Yes.
Castillo's desk? Yeah. We will be bringing back more pieces in his collection for another day.
Yeah.
So,
his are really detailed.
I know. You never get to hear that. Like, when I open the attachment, I'm like, oh, wow. I did say one day that I would maybe make GIFs of my face, but then I don't want to be like a meme going around. And
a reaction.
My face reacts to other things than our fan art. Yeah.
Your fan art reaction videos.
Yeah. But I'll keep them contained in this, context. So. Yeah. So we included some kids art in here. We love getting art from your kids. The only request that I have is that sometimes we get art that's in pencil, and when it's in color, it tends to last in our minds a little longer. So if there is a choice and we have an option, we would very much appreciate a color. Yeah.
I tell that to my son all the time too, because he likes drawing a lot, but he also really likes moving on to the next thing, and so I'm always trying to get him to sit for a little bit with it and add some color to it, and he thinks I'm bossy.
Yeah, my oldest thinks that too.
I
I'm
don't
like,
know
no
why.
scribble scrabble, but we're getting better at going in the lines to color. So, yeah.
I really like Sebastian's images because his characters look like
Pinups.
pop stars, basically. Yeah, they look like pinups, and it makes me want to just know them and be friends with them.
When we got this clutch, I was like, this is the most handsome clutch I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
And Roxy. Plus, I also, another thing I like about like this Roxy image is that he put her in a different costume. Like she's not wearing a costume, but she has like the wrapped hands and stuff. It's really cool.
And then you know who she is right away.
Yeah, exactly. You know exactly who she is.
Yeah.
And then there's this picture from Ezra.
Yeah. We love the Among Us mashup. That like we know that you do so many pieces for us. Thank you so much. But this is the one that we really love and chose for this slideshow.
I've been playing a lot of Among Us lately too, so it's
okay.
Extra. It's bonus.
Yeah.
If I could get a res hairdo for my Among Us character, I'd be really happy.
Oh,
I like this one, this Mika picture. It's so cute.
Diana went through a glitter phase, and like my favorite of all the like Ruby had a glitter dress, and yeah, bring back the glitter, please.
Yeah.
But Diana sent us
glitter.
so much stuff as well, so yeah.
Speaking of someone who sends us a lot of stuff.
Oh, Claire, we miss you.
Claire.
We miss you a lot. But I think Claire's busy with school and is focusing. So
Claire has sent us so many pictures, and a lot of these really, she does like these big kind of epic pictures where there's like characters from all the different games kind of mashed up in one big page.
But for a while she was sending, comic books as well. For a while she was sending us like 1 to 2 a day that they were super detailed. And we were like, whoa, how do you have like the focus to do this? And
yeah,
it's done so quickly.
They're amazing. And these pictures are great too.
Molly actually sent us the whole set. And all of these are available in our website fan art gallery. So, it's not exclusive to just showing them here, but I guess it's nice to hear our voices to gush about them and how much we appreciate receiving this wonderful gifts. It's not only a gift of, the piece itself, but it's like we know that there's a lot of love and time that went into it. So, and I can't draw myself, so this is a talent that's far beyond my horizons. Doodlybot is a teenager, and it occurred to me today. I was like, oh, I should look it up, and I was like, I can't wait for your future. So.
Yeah, this is another one where like the characters are dressed in, at least a few of them, in different costumes and stuff, and it's just really fun to see like another take on them. I really like this picture from Elena too, because she made the characters out of clay. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Makes me want to do like a stop motion or something. Let's see. Oh yeah, this picture from Connie is cool.
She was 11 when she did that. So,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, it's great. This is like one of those pictures where I'm just like, the characters, they're all friends. They hang out at Goog's bar, drinking smoothies after the races, smack talking each other.
Or politely complimenting each other. Yeah.
Maybe. Sometimes. That's a good one. I like the 5 o'clock shadow on this one. On the bunny.
Sometimes the fan art comes out of really nice conversations that start with something kind of mundane. It's like, I've got a problem with my whatever. And then sometimes it just blossoms into this thing of like, oh, my son sent you this, and I was like, oh yay, thank you. So this is actually a picture done by Ben and his sisters. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Sorry. So the next 3 are kind of like an ode to Instagram, because we only started the Instagram account fairly recently. But it's been a nice way to connect with artists as well. Like you actually used the bunny in your internal profile picture, Matt.
Yeah, you mean on the Deli JZP one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I like that picture. I think it's funny. And I really like this one. Sorry, I'm skipping around. I like this one of Roxy. This person did like a whole set, right? Of all of the characters, or at least most of them.
Most of them, yeah. And then the next one too. That artist did the whole collection, and I tried to send her some stuff for her son, and she said that he keeps resetting the game. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, come back to us when he stops doing that. So, but it was beautiful. She like modeled them with different setups and stuff. So
yeah, it looks like it's all kind of dangly. Like you could wiggle it around, and its arms and legs would wiggle. Ah, Will.
Yeah.
Young Master Will.
We might see them one day, because they moved to NorCal, I think, but like really far up. So we look forward to meeting you one day if you drive down, and we are actually in the office.
It's an excellent Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Happy is actually my son's favorite character too, so there you go.
Cool.
Cakes, Deb, cakes.
Yeah. When I worked in TV, I once sent a picture of a branded cake to somebody, and I was like, do you guys have to like do this, copyright thing? And that's not an issue for us, because send us all the cakes. We want to see all your Beach Buggy cakes ever. Yeah, and some of these bakers are so talented. So
yeah, they look amazing.
Yeah.
Like they're super professional. I love it.
Please send us all the cake pictures.
Like the res cookie on top of the middle cake.
And there were favors.
Yeah, I wouldn't even want to eat that. I mean, it's probably delicious, but I would feel guilty eating it. A Beach Buggy themed birthday party.
This is from the Voss family. Thank you. This is still a good memory that you wanted a BBR party. And with the power of balloons.
And then of course we have a picture of our designer Ian.
If you're looking for cosplay ideas,
yeah. You need to have the beard though. It's important.
Yeah. So I have a post-it on my paper here to give shout outs, and I'll do it quickly. So because I know that there are so many artists who we've had to leave out of this slideshow, otherwise we talk forever. But we'll say hi to Juliana and Jocelyn and Manuel and Victoria and ChargeTube, and we already saw the Barton, so hi. And we'll give a shout out to Dalen and Deborah and the did I say the Colvin family already? But they might be in bed. It's late where they are. So
yes, please keep it coming. We love it, and we will try to feature. Of course, we feature all this stuff on the website, but it would be fun to to do some more featuring. We'll try to find ways to fit it into like other live streams that we do. So I'm gonna switch back over to the gameplay window.
Cool.
I think we have a little bit of time. I mean, we said it was going to go till 4, but we figured we would kind of, if there were still questions about the game, we could answer, and I can keep playing through some other parts of it.
It's a good idea to have a great vector unit bake-off in the comments there.
That would be good. I definitely think, I know that I would not win. Let's just say that.
But you're an artist, so you would just make things really pretty.
Exactly, my cake. Except that it would be, honestly, if I'm being honest with myself, it would be, maybe I'll play a championship. Why not? Yeah, if I'm being honest with myself, it would be like that show Nailed It. It would just, like, everything would be kind of droopy. I'll do, sure. I want to do one where we didn't see too many of those tracks yet. Maybe I'll do this one, Paradise Cup. And, oh, I know. I'll do random. That way I don't have to decide.
For Matt Arneson's question, if you can email us at support@vectorunit.com, please, we'll take that conversation offline and figure out what that is.
Let's see. Which car should I do, Deb? I'm gonna do,
Do Bizorp.
oh, Bizorp. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll do Bizorp. Good old Bizorp.
Sorry.
And I'll do the Sundazer.
Oh, okay. No, you chose Roxy. Never mind.
No, it's okay. Oh, that's right. I forgot you're looking on delay. No, I'll do.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
It's true. Okay.
All right, Buccaneer Bay. I like this level. It's kind of relaxing. I mean, you know, nothing in Beach Buggy is fully relaxing, but because it's intense. But as far as the tracks are concerned, this one's, you know, you just kind of race around, blast people. Oh, just got Jimmy. You're gonna get it. Are you ready? Oh, I guess not. I'm scared.
I think we might have asked or answered the online mode question already, but
What's
now's
that?
a good time to answer. If we're gonna add an online mode, and the answer is no.
The answer is probably not. But
Yeah, it becomes a totally different game.
well, yeah, and also like in order to do online mode, like you can just sort of tack on an online mode, but the thing that it seems like we've learned is in order to do a good online mode, you really have to kind of incorporate it into the game a bit, so that people can find each other easily and jump in and out of each other's games. And it takes a little bit of doing. And we really, you know, I mean, it's ironic that we chose to make a game that emphasized couch co-op right when everybody was forced to stay home. I mean, I guess you can play with your family, but soon you'll be able to invite your friends over and play with them too. I haven't even used my Bizorp ability yet.
Well, you're in second, so you're.
Yeah, for now, but
Oh, okay. Now, no, yeah. Now you can get to use it.
now I'm just in trouble. Oh man, I'm getting it from all sides. No. It's a championship, so you know, I can come back. It's not too late for me. One of the things that we added that I think is another hidden feature that is not totally obvious to everybody that plays this game the first time is excuse me, what's happening right? So in the championship modes, by default, you carry over any weapons that you, or any power-ups that you finished the last race with, you carry it over to the next race. So if you are approaching the finish line and you're holding on to a, you know, barrage or a bee swarm or something like that, you can just save it instead of spending it at the very end, and then you can have it at the beginning of the next race. All right, I think I need to concentrate on getting my booty kicked.
Sorry, Myra, I don't understand the question. She said, can you do animation?
Can we what? Do animation?
No, I'm gonna ask her to retype the question because I'm not sure what that means. The YouTube questions have slowed down quite a bit, so now we can actually have time to answer them properly.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are there any questions lingering out there?
Lewis has lots of questions about Renegade, but I just said that maybe you should just have an interview with us one day.
Yeah.
And you can ask us live.
We would do that, Lewis. You're a streamer, and now we're streamers too. We're like, we can be streamer pals. I have to say, I think, I was just about to say, I think this is going really well, and then I flipped over.
I think it's the pressure of an audience.
No, it's just me. Uh-oh. No.
So there's a question about, is it available on Shield? So we are looking into the TV platforms. The big priority was getting the consoles out and done.
Yeah, but we are looking into it. One of the issues, like all of our games in the past, well, a lot of our games recently in the past that we've done console versions for, started on mobile, and we had, we basically just took the mobile version and ported it to console. But with this game, we really did do a lot to it to add stuff for the console version. And excuse me. And among other things, like the whole game isn't really set up for touch controls anymore, like of this version of the game. So if we did do a Shield version or a Shield TV version, we might only make it available for TV. Like it wouldn't necessarily be a cross-play game on phones, or at least if we did want to put it on phones, it would take a lot of doing. Hey, Ruby's giving me a pro tip. Yeah, the boost start. So if you don't know how to do the boost start, Ruby is telling us right now. We made the boost start a lot easier in Beach Buggy Racing 2 than it used to be. You basically just have to hold down the accelerator and hit the power-up button right when the countdown says go. And there's like a tiny bit of room right before and right after. But if you hit it too early or too late, then you do that squelchy oil sound and you actually lose some time. That didn't work.
We hear you, Greg. Greg's asking for Shield support. We've talked about this offline, so.
We get a lot of requests for Apple TV too.
Yeah, the Apple TV crowd is a squeaky wheel, also very pleasant for the most part. So.
Yeah. One of the things, honestly, that's tricky about bringing this to mobile also is that it's like this is very firmly, the original Beach Buggy Racing 2 mobile game is a free-to-play game, and this is very much a premium game, and it's kind of hard to put premium games on mobile these days. Although TV might be different, I guess.
To answer the question about Fire TV,
I think it's the same answer as
yeah.
Shield TV and Apple TV.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, sorry. What I meant was the Fire Stick. We get asked a lot about the Fire Stick, and usually my standard answer is that no, we're not going to do the Fire Stick because of optimization being an issue this time around.
Yeah, we would have to take a look at it. I mean, I know if we were going to do Fire TV, we probably would try to do Fire Stick because there's a lot of them out there in the world. But it would be hard. I mean, it would be tricky from an optimization standpoint.
Tim says, some passionate fans have sent us really creative ideas for new power-ups and character abilities, and it's true. We do get a lot of those nice types of messages.
Yeah. Because there's one thing that this game doesn't have enough of right now is power-ups.
We actually get the bulk of the really sweet emails from kids. They're like, I have an idea, and then, it's like, it's a moose driving a car, and he does this.
Yeah, it's true. The power-up and the character ideas are great, actually. I mean, the characters themselves, in a way, are power-ups, right? Because they each have their own ability.
Garlic
talking.
Man.
Oh, go ahead.
Garlic Man 530 is actually asking, how did you come up with the idea of beach buggy racing?
So let's see. After we did Riptide on, we're gonna do this. Nice. After we did Riptide on mobile, we were trying to think of another mobile game to do, and we really wanted to do a driving game because we did Hydro Thunder, then we did Riptide, so we had done all these water racing games, and we really wanted to do a driving game. And so, but we also thought maybe we could figure out some way to kind of keep going with the sort of water, summertime fun idea. And so, so we came up with the idea for beach buggy, well, of just racing beach buggies on a beach, like off-road racing, you know, in and out of the water, kind of splashing through waterfalls and stuff like that. And, oh man, I keep forgetting to use my and so that was where Beach Buggy Blitz came from, which was basically, I don't know if you played it, but Beach Buggy Blitz was basically a sort of an endless runner type of game, but it was a driving game, an endless driver. And we really liked, like, a lot of the characters and the original cars were developed in that game. And we really liked the property, but one thing that people kept asking us, and one thing that, you know, we kept thinking when we were playing it, is that this game would be so fun as like a kart racer with like weapons where you could shoot other people or get boosts. There were some boosts in the game, kind of like in Temple Run. There were things that made you go faster. Anyway, so that's where the idea came from, is we started thinking about like making a kart racer based off of the Beach Buggy Blitz. Oh, that was awesome. So you probably didn't see that because I had a giant tiki helmet in my face, but I was on the main course and I hit the Bizorp ability, and I actually Bizorped. I switched places with somebody who was jumping into the shortcut, and so I went from the main line into the shortcut line. I've never done that before. Yes!
Oh, I was typing out this answer, and Apfulabias says, are the characters really hurting each other, or is it just in their fantasy? It's like, this is all fiction.
It's just in their fantasy. It's all a dream. In real life, they run a tiki bar with smoothies
Yes.
together, and they dream. They have a collective dream every night about destroying each other with weapons. They always have a smile on their face, even if, you know, when they go flying out of the car, they're always smiling. I feel like you didn't congratulate me enough, Deb.
Sorry, I'm also on a delay.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's your excuse.
Good job.
Thanks.
And on 1,000 too. Good job.
Yeah, thanks. I feel pretty accomplished, especially after I whiffed it the very first race. Hey, challenge complete. Use any car to win the Mystery 4 Championship. That's what I just did. Let's see what I unlocked. Yes! The Sandrail is, I think, has the lowest armor of any car in the game, which means that basically when you smash through things like trees and stuff like that, it slows down a lot. But it also is one of the fastest cars in the game, interestingly, because it's got a motor on it, and pretty much that's it. It's just a motor on wheels. Let's see. I'm going to wrap it up pretty soon, but maybe I'll do one more thing. What should be the one more thing that I do?
Easter egg?
Oh, it's an interesting idea. I need to remember where the Easter eggs are, though.
You don't have to, because I know that there are videos coming out with reveals about where the Easter eggs are. So we can leave that off if you want.
No, we can. Let's see. Wait a second. Hold on a sec. Let me just think for just a moment here. I'm going to look into my notes a little bit. Why don't you talk about something fascinating. Entertain us.
I had a thing about like we were gonna do pre-recorded videos with Matt and I, but then we figured that you're gonna hear our voices anyway, so there's no reason to see a pre-recorded video of our thing. But I was gonna show you split screen and in 2-player and talk about how I really have enjoyed playtesting with my oldest son through this process, and your son too, Matt. Like, it's really nice when you get your kids involved and
Yeah, we've been playing a bunch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here's a good. I found a good one. Let's see. So I'm gonna go back. This is actually, I think, the first one. Actually, maybe the second one. So I'll show you where one of the Easter eggs is. Cool. This is actually one I think it's pretty easy to get when you know where it is, but it's hard to find. So here in this level, so for the people who don't know, there's 5 Easter eggs hidden throughout the adventure map, and they appear in certain tracks, but they don't appear in, so like for instance, this event here, this is a drift event that happens in Tiki Temple. And it doesn't appear everywhere in Tiki Temple, it only appears in this version of Tiki Temple. So I'm going to show you where this one particular Easter egg is, and it doesn't matter which character I pick. So I'm going to pick Disco Jimmy, and I'm going to go with the Lightning, because I haven't driven this car yet. And of course I'm going to use Disco Jimmy's styling paint job.
There's a question about if we're bringing new cars to the mobile version, and we are. Yeah, it's very exciting. And we don't have a timeline for you because that could change.
Yeah, but we are soon, actually. There's no time limit on the like the 1-lap versions of drift mode, like the regular versions of drift mode. And so I don't really have to be drifting right now, but I'm just doing it because it's kind of fun. So wait for it. Hopefully Ian won't get mad at me that I'm giving this away. Okay, so here it is, ready? Instead of going on the drift line, you smash through here, go up the shortcut. This is the ramp that takes you to the shortcut. Go through here, and, oh, what's that? Boing! Yes! I'm playing on my computer, so I got a weird little achievement thing at the bottom. So that is one of the Easter eggs. Ah, I found an Easter egg. Could you eat it? I think you could. I just have to say I have a real soft spot for Easter candy, even though it's probably the grossest candy of all the candies. I love Easter candy.
Even Peeps?
Even Peeps. Not my favorite, but I'll eat a Peep if it's put in front of me. I won't turn up my nose at a Peep.
I used to walk by somebody who had Peeps on their dashboard, but like for a year, it was really weird. Like, oh, there's the Peeps truck.
That is weird.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our playthrough for today of Beach Buggy Racing 2 Island Adventure. I hope that yeah, I had fun. I liked doing it. I liked talking about this with you, Deb.
Thanks, me too.
And I liked hearing all the questions from people.
Yeah, this is normally what I do. I answer your questions on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and an email, and this was just like a very fast pace of that. So if you didn't get your question answered and you want to email us, you can either send it to info@factoryunit.com or support@factoryunit.com, and that goes into our ticketing system, and then we can answer you in a longer form than a Facebook comment. So if you really, really want your question answered, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, definitely. And where can, if people don't know already, where can people find us on Facebook?
We're at the Vector Unit page. It's Facebook.com/Vector Unit. Our Twitter handle is @VectorUnit, and our Instagram handle is the same. So, except if you send me a direct message in Instagram, I'm not really likely to answer that because we get a lot of spam in our mailbox. So that's why I don't answer that as much. So sorry, that's why I say emailing is really best.
Yes. And so, yeah. Thanks, Deb, and thanks everybody for tuning in. We really appreciate it. This is our first live stream ever. I'm pretty excited. I think nothing terrible happened. Nothing bad happened. It all went pretty smoothly. We liked hearing the questions. I didn't crash. I didn't mess up too badly when I was playing and talking at the same time.
And our internet connection stayed steady.
Our internet connection stayed steady. All the bad things that could have happened didn't happen. So thank you all very much. And
thank you all.
Yeah, Beach Buggy Racing 2 Island Adventure, finally, it's out.
Yeah, we can't wait to hear what you think of the game. So please send us like all your feedback, and if there is something that design-wise that is think tweakable, not like let's add like this huge update and stuff. We'd be happy to take your constructive feedback.
Yes, absolutely. We're always open to the feedbacks, and so you can get it on, what do we say? Steam, PC,
Xbox.
Switch, Xbox, PlayStation. And they're forwards. We keep saying PlayStation 4, Xbox One, because those are the consoles that we developed for. But they are forwards compatible. So if you picked up an Xbox Series X or whatever, you can play it there in spectacular 4K. Enjoy. We really, like Deb said, we really look forward to hearing what people think about the game.
Yeah, and thank you so much to all the fan artists again that have gotten to hear my voice, and imagine now my voice with all my exclamation marks.
Yes, exactly. Now you can imagine all of us, and especially Deb, squealing whenever we see new fan art.
Yeah.
We all do squeal though. I squeal too.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed to admit a little squealing. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.